Center in downtown Los Angeles as the Lakers look to work home court advantage. I'd like to welcome you to the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan. Joining me, Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and courtside, Doris Burke. And the starting lineup for the Thunder brought to us tonight by State Farm. Kevin Durant, Serge Ibaka, and Kendrick Perkins, their front court trio. The backcourt comprised of Russell Westbrook and Thabo Sefolosha. And for the Lakers, Kobe, Metta, and Pau Gasol are the guys that make up the 2, 3, and 4 slots. Nash out there with Howard.
You know, not a lot of people knew what to make of the Lakers last season. I mean, first year with Mike Brown as the head coach, an aging group, a maturing group, if you will. But they showed they still have that Laker magic at times.
It's Westbrook with the drive. Rejected by Kobe. So it's the Lakers now. Lobs it up there. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Durant, the pass to Westbrook. And there's the feed to Perkins. Back to Westbrook. That is good. Back to the Lakers. They struggled at times, but by the end of the season, Steve, they look just as good as any team in contention for the title.
Well, you knew that, it was going to take some time with the new coach as they put everything together. But defensively, that team was really good all season long. Offensively, they had their growing pains, but by the end of the year, I thought they had kicked it into gear pretty well.
And that one's good.
That's exactly what they had in mind on that possession.
44 seconds left here in the first quarter. Pass to Ibaka. Down low. Out of bounds, the Lakers will take possession.
That's a poor possession. You just give away the ball with a sloppy pass.
Some changes for the Lakers. Antoine Jamison's checked in for Gasol. Barnes comes in for Metta World Peace. And Steve Blake is subbed in for Steve Nash. The Thunder also changing it up. Nick Collison's checked in for Perkins. Jones comes in for Serge Ibaka. And it's Harden in for Thabo Sefolosha.
Well, you allow them to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
Yeah, I think you got to foul them, and free throws are better than a layup.
Lakers shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one.
Yeah, basically a middle-of-the-road type free throw shooting team, about 76% a year ago.
Here's what the Lakers are going with right now. Gasol comes in for Dwight Howard. And it's Nash in for Steve Blake. Thabo Sefolosha has checked in for the Thunder. Harden outside. Durant sets a screen for Harden. Durant. That's good.
Boy, nice pick there, guys. I mean, gave him the space he needed for the hoop.
Here's Kobe. No good on that last second attempt there. So at the end of one quarter of play, still. And so far, it's been a closely contested game as we get the second quarter up and going. And what stands out to you from the Lakers in this one?
And they've done a nice job here offensively to establish a rhythm and a pace to this game.
And I like that they're finding ways to score. Playing well here, Steve.
So with Gasol on the bench, this is the group Mike Brown has right now. And in the backcourt, it's Nash and Kobe. Matt Barnes is out there with Antoine Jamison. And it's Howard in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Harden gets a screen from Ibaka. Harden kicks to Ibaka. Kicks it to Collison. Howard with the steal. And it's the Lakers on the break. Now let's send it to...
Up high and down hard. That's right.
That's right. You use it.
Costly mistake at the other end to set up that fast break.
That's what you want to do after a turnover. Push the ball up the floor and strike quickly.
Here's Maynard. 1:05 left now here in the second. Durant. And there's another one for the Thunder.
And one thing that Durant has made very clear in his young career is that he's going to be a factor in clutch situations. He wants the ball in his hands with the game on the line.
You know, he's got that lean, thin body and looks a little wispy and carefree out there. But underneath that jersey beats the heart and edge of, I think, a killer in terms of putting the ball in the basket. Excellent, really solid job, actually, by the defense to get in his way as he was going up for that one.
Howard can't hit.
So hard not to go for it when you see that chance at the alley-oop.
Bet he wishes he hadn't, though.
Kobe draws it up. He passes to Barnes. Lifts up. He dishes it to Howard. There's the bucket. Good. Howard's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Well, I like that he's come up with some big baskets for this team to help him out in getting this lead.
Harden kicks to Durant. Over Jamison. Offensive rebound.
And no defender was around him to influence that shot. It didn't hurt them there, but...
And that does it for the first half of play. Lakers ahead, up by 6. We'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the third. A view here of the skyline over Los Angeles, California, as we welcome you back. One of the stories here, Dwight Howard, getting it done today.
Seems like every time he's gotten the ball down on the block, guys, he's had his defender at his mercy. And he's eating this team alive.
Yeah, he really is. The big man is doing major eating down there in the paint. I like the way he's mixed up his approach, too. He's kept the defenders off balance.
Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. So for Oklahoma City right now, the front line, Kevin Durant, Serge Ibaka, and Kendrick Perkins. The backcourt comprised of Russell Westbrook and Thabo Sefolosha.
I just got to say this. I mean, the Thunder fans have really been spoiled since the team moved to Oklahoma City. 4 years in, and they've made the playoffs in all but the first season.
Kobe kicks to Howard. And again, it's the Lakers.
That's where he's been doing damage.
Again and again, he keeps taking it inside and handling his business.
Westbrook against Nash. Westbrook kicks to Sefolosha. Durant. That's good. Durant's got 6. Back to Oklahoma City. Made the playoffs. Gone deep more often than not. And talk about winning over a city when they relocated Steve from Seattle. They have done that and more.
Well, that city has really embraced the franchise, Kevin, and it helps when you've got guys like Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook who are not only phenomenal players to watch, but really good people who the community can embrace. So I think the love affair between the team and the community is going to last a long time.
Looking at who's out there now for the Lakers. Antoine Jamison's checked in for Howard. Jody Meeks comes in for Kobe. And Steve Blake is subbed in for Steve Nash. And so it looks like the Lakers will retain possession here. Some changes for the Lakers. Dwight Howard, he's checked in for Gasol. Barnes comes in for Antoine Jamison. And Kobe is subbed in for Jody Meeks. And then for Oklahoma City, Kendrick Perkins, he's checked in for Collison. Durant comes in for Jones. And Thabo Sefolosha subbed in for Daquan Cook.
Now, the offensive efficiency has been really important. I think that's been the difference.
Well, you know, I think it's pretty simplistic, but it does oftentimes come down to this, making shots. And that's what they've done.
The three from Harden cannot hit. Here's Howard. No good. And as we end the third quarter, a great game. Both teams playing well. Lakers lead by 8. And we'll have the start of the fourth quarter for you as soon as we get back from this short break. While we're still getting underway here in the fourth, let's go down to Doris Burke, who has our Sprite Uncontainable Game Report. Doris?
Thanks, Kevin. Dwight Howard gets our Uncontainable Game Award. He's used to being the primary scorer for his team, and with the way he has played here, you can see why. We'll see if he has enough left in the tank to come out strong in the fourth.
All right, Doris, I guess no one should be surprised.
This is what being a superstar is all about. Raising your level and rising to the occasion.
Yeah, we've seen him do it so many times in the past, and he's done it again here today.
So with Nash sitting on the bench, this is the group Mike Brown has right now. Kobe and men of the wings with the big Pau Gasol at the 4. Howard is out there with Steve Blake. Harden left side. Now the feed to Perkins. That one goes. Count. Here's Blake. There's 1:17 left here in the fourth quarter. back to Howard. Perkins on him. 5 to shoot. Howard's shot is good. And the Lakers lead by 11.
And that one should remove all doubt about the outcome of this game. This thing's over.
Now it's just a matter of what the winning margin's going to be.
And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Hi, guys. I had a chance to find out what Scott Brooks was discussing with his players. He told them, no holding back. I want 100% effort out there. If you can't give it, ask for a sub. No time to rest now. Let's get after it. Kevin, he wants everything they've got.
Kobe with it. Passes it to Barnes. Can't get it to go. Ibaka with some nice D. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Rebound by Kobe.
That's going to do it. I don't think they have enough time here now.
This one's in the books.
On up the court. Stops. Pops. Count that one.
Well, the outcome is not in question now. They've got it all wrapped up.
Agreed. I mean, they're just looking to simply run the clock out now.
Poked away.
You can put this one in the W column. This is locked up now.
Yeah, I agree with you, Steve. I mean, they closed this game out exactly like they needed to.
And so it's the Lakers taking care of business here. And this one was such a lopsided victory.
They never let up. They were full throttle from the start.
Thanks for tuning in to the NBA on 2K Sports. For Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. We'll see you next time. And now, our Jordan player of the game, Dwight Howard.